Early this year, we were amazed by the number of crazy high-end deals that were transacted in various shows such as the Dallas Card Show. We were talking like 50,000, 100,000, even sometimes 200,000 exchanging hands, whether in cash, trade, or both. But lately, a lot of content has centered around picking up low-end slabs in large quantities. What happened and why the shift? I got insight after this. What's up YouTube, Card Boss here. We talk about everything cards, money, investing. Alright, let's go. When you're new into the sports card investing game, the general advice you probably receive is start small, build your trade equity, and start consolidating up to something bigger. What I mean by bigger would be, say, a numbered or colored prism rookie, or an auto, or even an RPA, or even a classic gem mint rookie of a GOAT. Videos of big deals from famous content creators early this year showcases plenty of these deals going down, and it's an amazing piece of entertainment. You'll probably be sitting there and going, wow, that's what I want to be doing one day. And to be fair, these guys are good at their game. They all started out somewhere where you are today and have built their equity and bankroll over time. Fast forward a few months later, we don't see any more of these transactions. One reason could be prices generally down, and it's hard to move high-end equity, especially if it had paid higher prices during its upswing or its peak. In other words, some high-end stuff are kind of stuck at the moment. There's probably no shortage of buyers looking for a deal on some of the higher end stuff, but there's just no inventory. But the question is, why the shift to low-end slabs, and I mean low-end around the $10 to $50 range? Gone are the LeBron James and Michael Jordans. I'm referring to the Kyle Kuzmas and Kobe Whites now. Before I get on further, I'm going to rewind to my days as a Magic the Gathering store owner. Magic, or MTG, for those who are not familiar, is a customizable trading card game where players will buy booster packs similar to Wax to try and rip open good cards of value to either put into their decks or to sell at a profit. However, unlike sports cards, an absurd 95% of rares or the chase card in each pack will end up being bulk or junk rares. An average pack of MTG retails for about $4, and a junk or bulk rare is worth about 10 cents. That's an 2.5% EV return on your $4 investment if you swing and miss. While one card for a dime isn't worth a lot of money, over time players will accumulate a bunch of these bulk rares from the hundreds to the thousands and bring them to a local card shop to cash in for a few bucks or maybe some new product. For the player, it's basically recycling and get something for technically free. However, to the store owner, these hundreds or thousands of bulk rares have a lot of future equity in them. At some point within these thousands of cards, there might come a time that a certain card will rise up and become playable or popular, and the value of this card will rise up exponentially. So imagine a 10-cent card going up to say $5. A $4.90 game may not look like much, but extrapolate that against the hundreds of copies the card store owner has picked up over time. And don't forget, it's a 5,000% increase in value. Turning back to sports cards, given the uncertainty of prices at the moment where picking up high-end stuff can be rather risky, a lot of dealers are turning to stockpile lower-end slabs instead for the reasons I just explained. It takes a trade of Kuzma to say Memphis where he becomes the secondary offensive player next to Ja Morant, which will see a surge in demand for Kuzma, easily covering the very low investment and seeing double to triple returns. So reason number one, high upside at a very low cost. Reason number two, cost of grading. PSA and BGS are technically closed at the moment, but it's expected to resume soon. But the word around is that value submission or the cheaper submission would either be still suspended or get a massive price hike. Either way, we're no longer going to see any cheap slabs, and the minimum price to get a card slab could be, say, $50. That would mean PSA 10 rookie cards of Kyle Kuzma or Kobe White will get an automatic price jump as the floor has been set for the cost of grading. Is that guaranteed to happen? Of course not. If these guys continue to be irrelevant, then the prices will stay where they are. But for most borderline players who are seeing at least minutes and doing pretty well, and of course have a decent fan following, you would expect to see an easy price bump on these cards. And finally, the one reason which you don't expect is that Dealers swap low-end equity amongst themselves as well. What this means is if dealer A feels like getting out of his position of, say, 10 copies of Kyle Kuzma PSA 10s, which he bought for $30 each, he won't have trouble liquidating this holding to dealer B, who's willing to take on a chance on these Kuzmas for the above two reasons that I talked about earlier. Hence, it's kind of surprising to see low-end equity being this liquid, but a number of these transactions are done quietly and not really publicized about. Why is that? Well, these dealers want to keep buying inventory while prices are low and basically stockpiling while waiting for the market to rebound. So now you know. But here comes the bonus question. Why can't you and I do it? Simple. Most of us don't own a store or the ability to do this full-time. Meaning, most of our transactions are done per card basis, either through eBay or social media. We need to take into account shipping and fees, as well as the time, for example, for packing and going to the post office. For dealers, they get traffic into the store, then it shows weekly, and basically get plenty of eyeballs on their stuff already without giving out any of their margins to eBay or PayPal. And the fact that they have so many cards, it's easy to use these cheaper slabs as trade fillers as well. So they are playing a different league compared to you and I. I'm not saying their strategy is awesome or flawed, but it's good to understand what are the reasons behind some of the moves being made at different times. So if you guys like this video and found it very useful, do like and subscribe for more content in the future. I will be putting up similar videos, so do watch out for that. Thanks and have a great day.